Today we continue our journey through the Star Wars High Republic comics by Marvel. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and go support the series by purchasing a copy of these comics. Chapter 3, Down Below. The noble Jedi, protectors of the Republic, have launched Starlight Beacon as a symbol of hope for the galaxy. Young Keeve Trennis is now a Jedi Knight. Aboard a derelict Hutt ship, a lone Nihil warrior attacked Keeve, Skier, and the Jedi twins, Tarek and Sarat. Skier brutally slaughtered the Nihil, much to Keeve's shock. Something dark is happening to Skier. The trail of the Jedi's investigation led them to Sedri Minor, where Sarat has just vanished without a trace. The Ataraxia, Sedri Minor. Frantically, Tarek lunges at Skier as Avar Kriss holds him back. The darkness grows. It must be fed. It must be nourished. Tarek is getting worse by the minute. Calm yourself, Jedi, Avar Kriss calls to him. Frothing at the mouth, eyes rolling back, Tarek answers, How can we, Avar Kriss? You don't understand. We've already lost. No one has seen Skier like this. He is filled with rage and anger. Damned fool has lost their mind. Avar counters. Tarek isn't the one who butchered a Nihil in cold blood. Skier slams Tarek to the ground. This isn't about me. It's about finding out what's happening on this Force-forsaken rock. Keeve stands guard just outside the ship. Hello? She turns to see two children approach. We thought you might be hungry. It's buko bread, baked fresh today. They turn to see two adult Rhodians approach, also holding fresh, steaming food. Keeve looks to them. More bread? A samana-spiced loaf. We just wanted to help, they reply. They ask Keeve about the missing Jedi. The Force is with Tarek, and Sarat too, I'm sure. The Rhodian father explains that his son went missing just before their arrival, and that he wasn't the first. 4 now, 5 if you include your friend. First our crops fail, and then this, and no one will do anything. Keeve tells them that they should have called Starlight Beacon. They tell her they can't. Why? Because of the Hutts, she asks. The alien, Cal Solman, approaches. I speak for this community, this honest, law-abiding community. Keeve apologizes. She explains how they found a Hutt ship adrift in space, with the crew having been slaughtered by the Nihil. Cal replies, And what makes you think we have anything to do with it? We don't, but the grain in this ship's store came from this planet. And if children are vanishing like these people say... Cal dismisses the claim. But Cal, Julius is gone, one of the Rhodians complains. Cal turns and directs the rest of the group away from Keeve. I told you, Rita, we'll deal with this ourselves. The Jedi don't need your food and don't need your rumor-mongering. Keeve watches them walk away and thinks, Usually I'd go to the Masters, but they are occupied. So I guess it's up to me. She journeys into the field with one of her 2 green blades lighting the way. She arrives at the clearing in the fields. Ugh, this smells worse than Skier's Karkin stew. She turns when she hears a rustling in the crops. Her second blade ignites. Who's there? Show yourself. A human child appears, amazed by her lightsaber. I could have cut you in 2. Never sneak up on a Jedi, kid, Keeve scolds him. She shuts down her sabers. You shouldn't be here. The child replies, You sound like Ref. He was scared. Are you scared? No, Keeve shouts after him as he heads further through the fields. Why do people keep asking me that? She thinks. Keeve struggles to keep up with the child. Bartol, that's my name, he replies, and you're Keeve. I heard the lizard man yelling it when you arrived. He yells a lot. Yeah, that's kinda new. Bartol asks what's wrong with the barley. Keeve interrupts. I can feel something. A shadow. Just then, they approach a giant sinkhole. Whoa, does this happen often around here? Just as Keeve tells Bartol to head back towards the settlement, he leaps down into the sinkhole. Bartol, she screams as she focuses in the Force, catching him and holding him in midair. I knew you'd catch me, he says. You're too trusting, Keeve answers. She grimaces. There's something down there, and it knows we're coming. Tarek lays motionless on a table. Skier wonders what is causing this condition. Avar answers, You know what it is, or at least you should. The dark side, Skier. I can't believe you didn't feel it when you arrived. Skier slumps. I am sorry, Marshal. What I said, what I did on that ship. Avar's comlink interrupts. Starlight to Marshal Chris, come in. Avar answers, how are things at home, Estella? Business as usual, if taking receipt of a decomposing hut is usual, which it isn't, not in the slightest. Maru continues. Grandmaster LaRue was most perturbed when I told him he had requested an autopsy. Avar sighs. Of course he told the council. Thank you, Master Maru. I'll contact LaRue myself. In the meantime, I have a situation of my own. She turns to Cal, telling Skier that the Jedi shouldn't be on his planet. Your planet, Avar asks. Don't get clever with me. The girl you left guarding the ship, where is she? She has no right sneaking around. Skier answers, we are attempting to protect your people. By continually losing your own, I feel safer already, Cal mocks. Avar interrupts. Why don't we look for Jedi Trennis together? I'm sure she can't have gone far. Stay here, Skier. Don't let Tarek out of your sight. Skier snarls. Of course, Marshal. I won't fail you again. Kiev and Bartol continue down a dark tunnel. Kiev recites her Jedi mantras. The darkness, it's overwhelming, she says. Bartol misunderstands. You're scared of the dark? He asks. No, it's not that. It's hard to explain. There is light, and there is darkness. The Jedi belong to the light, and... The darkness speaks to her. You will be consumed. All will be consumed. She drops to her knees, clutching her head in her hands. For Griff's sake, Kiev, pull yourself together. Bartol runs ahead. Kiev, it's okay. I'll keep looking. You stay here. He disappears behind a wall of thick roots. Kiev's head snaps up when she hears a scream. She slices through the roots with her lightsaber as she runs forward. Bartol, I'm coming! He arrives to what caused Bartol's alarm. High above the ground of the cavern, roots entwine all around the bodies of those who have been lost. She looks upward. Sarah, she cries. Terrified, Bartol asks, what happened to them? Kiev reaches a hand out, unwinding the roots from around the bodies. Bartol puts a hand on his friend's forehead. Julius, he's not moving. Why isn't he moving? I'm sorry, Bartol. He's one with the Force now, Kiev responds as she tends to Sarah. Bartol grabs at Kiev's back, distraught. Kiev embraces him. I am sorry, Bartol. I am. It's okay that you feel sad. This is horrible. Just horrible. She hands him her lightsaber. Can you hold this? Can't keep it floating there all day. Kiev returns to Sarah's aid and pulls a small root from his ear. What are these things? Sarah's eyes open. Kiev Trennis. Yes, Sarah, I'm here. Beware, he finishes. A vine grabs around Bartol's legs, causing him to fall forward and lose hold of the lightsaber. No, Kiev screams. She uses the Force to reignite her blade. She twirls it in the air and slices the vine, freeing Bartol. Get behind me, she calls to him. You're safe. Sarah's eyes open wide. Safe. No meat is safe. Not from the Drenger. Towering over them, the Drenger moves towards them, mouth open wide. Meat, 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 it calls. Kiev stands with the lightsaber ready, blocking the plant-like beast from Bartol and Sarah. Back on the Ataraxia, Tarek sits up. It has them now, the darkness. Tarek, you must center yourself. Come back to us. Placing his hand on Tarek's forehead, he recites, The Force will be your refuge and your strength. Here, let me show you. Tarek, possessed, screams, No! As he spits and sprays a black tar-like substance all over Skier. Skier turns away in disgust in himself, wondering why he couldn't help his fellow Jedi. Tarek stands behind him now. Poor Jedi, so lost, so alone. Come with us, Skier. We can make you whole, Sarah echoes, standing in the cavern, grabbing Bartol as Kiev fights off the viney tentacles. The Drenger calls to her, Nourish us or be one with us. The choice is yours. How about neither, she replies, swinging her saber in defense. Food it is, then, the beast answers. She calls for Sarah. I could use some help here. Her call is interrupted by a thud from the roof of the cavern. Did you hear me? Thud. A green lightsaber blade cuts through the ceiling of the cavern. Avar drops from above, slicing the Drenger in two as she falls. Landing on the floor of the cavern, she looks to Kiev. Yes, yes I did. Avar helps Kiev up, but she stops her. Don't worry about me, something's wrong with Sarah. So I see, Avar replies. She holds out her hand, connecting with the Force, and calls, Sarah, we are one, you and I. We are Jedi. We are Jedi, Sarah repeats. Release the boy, come back to the light. Sarah comes out of his trance. Avar, Chris, they were too strong. We couldn't fight them. Kiev comforts Bartol. I've got you, Bartol. We're going to get you out of here, I promise. The two halves of the Drenger rise above them, now two separate beasts. No, there is no escape. Skier, with roots and vines intertwined with his body, steps in front of the Drenger. His blue lightsaber ignited, held in his newly fashioned left hand, grown of Drenger vines. In a trance, he finishes the Drenger's warning. The harvest will be bountiful. The harvest will be pure. Please be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel to follow along as we review the next issues of the High Republic comics. Thanks, and may the Force be with you.